Wondered why you're in the right place, you have the right qualification, you know where to go, or you have the right people to help you to the right place, but yet you're still struggling in everything or in most areas. You can't succeed, you're struggling. Basically, it is because you're getting the basics wrong. Let's get the basics right, guys. It's like, have you ever been in a place whereby you have somebody with no qualifications, but they have the right attitude? They're willing to learn, they're helpful. Basically, it is the attitude that you need in an environment. You will do anything you can to make sure that these people get the qualifications because they're meant to be there. But when you come with your qualifications thinking, you know what, it doesn't matter. What I need in this place is qualification, then you're getting it wrong. And you're struggling so much. Now, this could be young people in education, and you don't have the right attitude in a class with your teachers, at home with the parents, or anybody that is helping you. You're gonna struggle so much, and you're likely to take the wrong directions because you think, you know what, everything is okay with me. You have no guidance at all. Now, besides the guidance, you need to pay attention to the small details yourself. Pay attention to this. For example, have you ever seen somebody who's an accountant, a lawyer, or a pastor, or grown-up person who knows exactly what to do? They can do that thing, but because of their attitude and their way of rushing into doing things, they miss out the most important things, and therefore, either if it is a judge, they'll ask them a very simple thing that they should have put into their case and they didn't. Or they missed out something small, crucial, but they didn't pay attention to it. So have the right attitude around people. Have the right attitude. Pay attention to the small details. You could be in an environment like work. All of us do work. You get up in the morning, you go to work, you know what to do, you got the job obviously because you had the certificate, but when you get there, you look like you don't want to be there, you look like you don't care about anybody else, and when you go to the meetings, your attitude is not right. That alone is the reason why you're struggling. You need to be you need to try and apply you need to try and apply people's skills. Know how to handle yourself around people, understand people, learn people, and say, you know what, if my manager is very loud and he likes people who are loud, well, do not pretend, but try to fit in that environment and know that that's how they are, rather than you coming in with an attitude that I can't stand people who are loud, I can't stand this. Have people skills, have the right attitude in environment. Always be open to reviews. If I come to you and said, you know what, I feel like you've got the right, for example, those who can sing, sometimes you have the right voice, but maybe there is something that you need to kind of add into it to make it perfect for the environment, or to make it perfect for whatever occasion you're singing. And you don't have the attitude of you're not open to reviews, you're going to struggle so much, and the people you're going to be singing for, they're not going to enjoy, because someone else that is watching you, that is telling you that this needs to be applied in your voice, in whatever you do, in order for it to be sweet, and you refuse, and you're not open. I know how to sing, I know how to make it happen, and therefore just watch me or leave it. If you have that kind of attitude, you're not going to make it. Not many people would want to invite you to see you. And another thing, be positive to change. These things kind of they sort of marry each other. That having a right attitude, being open to review, being positive, being with a positive mind, and being open to change. These things are very small, but they're key to anything that you're doing, regardless whether you're a manager, you're a leader, you're a president, anyone, whatever position you're in, without having the right attitude. In fact, with the right attitude, you won't even be able to speak the positive things that you have to speak. Now, this could sound a little controversial because someone with the right information, regardless of their attitude, they'll give you the information because it is right, but people perceive things differently depending on the way you actually deliver the information. So for example, it could be, I'm not going to specifically say which type of president or whatever, but think of a president that you know in whatever country you're in. If the president doesn't think about what their attitude is, not people like, but he wants to serve people, he wants to deliver to people who are not even willing to listen because he hasn't got the attitude, then he will struggle and he won't last much in that position. And even though he lasts much in the position, there won't be any impact because nobody's taking in what he's saying. So guys, please, as much as you have the right or the skills that you're studying and qualifications and whatnot, please apply the basics. Get the small things right. This, if you do this, you get you kind of avoid struggling in your jobs, you avoid struggling in ministry, you avoid struggling in anything that you're doing, even in your personal life. I remember I was watching something actually, someone sent me WhatsApp, and it had like somebody waking up in the morning and making their bed and blah blah. It was a long thing. It's such a small thing, but if you do not make your bed right, okay, this is such a random example, but think about it. If you don't make your bed right, you don't put your pillows in the right position, that you can't take away the fact that you're sleeping. Yes, you will sleep, but you're not going to sleep comfortably because you did not apply the basics. Everybody knows that when you go to bed, you need a pillow. Now, some people are different. If you know that you don't sleep with a pillow, that's a different thing. But what I'm saying to you, apply the basics. If you go to the hotel, everybody knows that when you go to a hotel, there'll be a bed, it will be laid properly, and you have 2 pillows or you have a pillow there. So if you go there, something will be missing if you work there and there is nothing. So guys, get the basics right. Get the basics right. Have the right attitude. Pay attention to the small details, and things will be different. Now, guys, I hope that will help somebody. I've been away for some time. I'm busy. I'm trying to put everything that I spoke about in action. I realized before I was talking too much, but I was doing less. Or I was doing it, but I was spending more time in talking than doing it. And also I reviewed myself and I realized that I needed to get the basics right. You can't talk about doing something yet you're not doing it. So that's a basic. So guys, I hope this makes sense to you and I hope you enjoy it. Have fun. Thank you.